Long, long, long time ago, in the village of Ogbon, the king of Ogbon decided to help his subjects to overcome fear, because he realized that they were scared, fearful, even though they had a lot packaged inside of them. So he went to put a snake, a large snake, at the entrance of the palace on the day the council members were holding a meeting. Anyway, if you want to listen to the end of the story, please don't go away as we segue into the evaluation, into the prepared speech segment. I'm going to be telling us more about that story later. Okay, so today we have 4 beautiful speeches that have been prepared for us to enjoy. So I don't want anybody to arouse my consternation by not listening attentively to these speeches. The first speech is an icebreaker speech. For the benefit of our guests, an icebreaker speech is the first speech that we give as a Toastmaster. After joining Toastmasters, you deliver an icebreaker speech where you smash, shatter, and break the ice of public speaking. And to give this speech today is a gentleman named Toastmaster Shanko Naidu. Before I call on Toastmaster Shanko Naidu, I will call on the evaluator of Toastmaster Shanko's speech, who is a past president of Mary Toastmasters Club. He is an English doctor and elocution expert who helps adults and children to achieve proficiency in English as well as presentation skills. Toastmaster Craig is certified to teach English worldwide by the International TEFL Training Institute, New York. Besides, is the author of the best-selling book, Elevate Your Expressions. Craig is the co-chair of District 94 Debate Committee, and remarkably, he is the 2021 Toastmasters District Evaluation Champion. Let's put our hands together as we welcome Toastmaster Craig Esowode, whose favorite quote is, "Life is a school. The moment you stop learning, you start decaying, whether at 10 or 80 years old." Toastmaster Craig Esowode, the virtual lecture is yours. Please tell us the objective of Toastmaster Shanko's speech, Toastmaster Craig.
Toastmaster Fumi Osho, thank you most kindly for the eloquence of your remark. The central principal objective of an icebreaker speech is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. It is my imperishable belief that the speaker will not welcome any squirt of consternation. And may the spirit of the great grief be with you. I will now relinquish control to the moderator of the meeting.
Toastmaster Fumi, you're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
Toastmaster Fumi Amatosho, are you there? Or your microphone, we can't hear you. Your microphone.
Okay, thank you, Zoom Master. I was clicking on the unmute, it was not unmuting. Thank you very much. We have Toastmaster Shankar Naidu, who is delivering a speech titled Failure, the Way to Success on the presentation Mastery Pathway. Who is Toastmaster Shankar? Just a moment. Toastmaster Shankar is a solutions manager who provides digital transformation services for businesses of all sizes in multiple verticals, such as manufacturing, construction, trading, and distribution. With over 13 years of experience in ERP consulting, Shankar is passionate about empowering businesses to overcome operational challenges and achieve sustainable growth with ERP solutions. Let's welcome Toastmaster Shankar as he breaks the ice. Over to you, Toastmaster Shankar.
Thank you, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes, sure. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters and guests. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. So, icebreaker, when I was told about this by VP Education, I thought it would be easy. I mean, who cannot speak about oneself? 45 seconds was the initial pitch that I started. I was concentrated when I thought that I cannot speak more than 45 seconds about myself. That is when I started looking back into 36 years of my life and my journey. I started evaluating every aspect. Should I speak about my educational accomplishments? Should I talk about my professional accomplishments? Or should I highlight, talking about getting a silver medal in my post-graduation, being a graduate? But digging deeper, I realized one thing that stays, which is very connected to me, is that, I am a successfully failed entrepreneur. Yes, you heard it right. Successfully failed entrepreneur. A lot of people may not relate success and failure in the same line, but I strongly believe success teaches you to only celebrate, whereas failure teaches you to be humble, learn from your mistakes, move forward from your path, make new ways, until you're not successful. That is why I say, until you're not failed, you are not succeeded. My journey of this entrepreneurship actually started with high hopes and dreams. I aspired to be the next Aliko Dangote of India. Yes, Aliko Dangote of India. After passing from college, couple of years of experience, being around in abroad, brought me a confidence that, I am good to go. I have everything that I need to start a business and to run that. Little did I know that this overconfidence would take me down to a lot of scenarios and a lot of obstacles that I would have to face throughout my life, be it personal, be it professional. All those challenges made me learn new things. It helped me understand new aspects of business. So it all started with I and my friends having a thought for creating a hyper local e-commerce app for mom and pop stores so that their branding and marketing needs could be met. We thought shopkeepers would be interested because they're going to get new customers. Customers would be interested because they might be getting new discounts. They might be getting to explore price average across their locality. But it was not that easy. One never wanted to give a offer the other always wanted an offer or a discount. So we thought over of bootstrapping, we thought over of becoming a complete IT company so that we can survive and give our dream a better vision in the coming days. That also did work because of the changing, scenarios, changing tax regimes. You talk about having multiple currency devaluations. All this made it very difficult. We reached out to, supporters, investors, people's friends. The terms were never favorable for us. And that is when I was shattered, I was broken, I was concentrated, and I felt that this is the end. Nothing is possible further. I had lost hope. I was on the verge of breaking down. That is when I reached out to my friends, my colleagues, my family, my mentors. They assured me something that, Shankar, you have achieved a lot at this young age and you should go on. Life has to go on. You have to move. You have to deviate your paths. Only then it would be much better. Upon their counsel, I felt it is needed. I should look forward. That is when I thought, I will have to reset, refocus and restart myself, reset my ambitions. Okay. From becoming an entrepreneur to going back to the corporate life, refocusing on meeting my primary needs became my number one priority. And restarting, I started off with my corporate career again after 4 years of entrepreneurship. Definitely, it was not easy, but trust me, I did it so that I could see my dream another day. But as I said, failure teaches you many things. It also taught me. I evolved as a person. I evolved on my skills. My leadership skills grew. My communication skills grew. So my second innings in my corporate career was much better. My superior started seeing the skills and I was rewarded. Growth opportunities came to my door. One such opportunity was, working in Nigeria. I was heading for a lean startup. I was juggling between, operations and sales, and it also grew me. That is when I came to know about Toastmasters, a place where you can learn not only communication skills but also grow your leadership skills. Trust me, this has been the best investment on myself that I have made. I really thank Madam Rashidat, my mentor, the President, VP Education, as well as membership for giving me that push that I can come here. Dear Toastmasters, thank you. I'm failing again, failing forward this time as a Toastmaster. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. The Dangote of our time. Toastmaster Shankar is the next Dangote in making. So let's quickly run along by moving to the second speech in our speakerthon. The second speech is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Razak Odejayi, our president. And the speaker is Toastmaster Yinka Oko. He's going to be delivering an icebreaker speech on the presentation mastery pathway. We've already met Toastmaster Razak Odejayi. He's been introduced to us earlier on because he's our president. But it would interest you to know that he's the 2023 Division F champion when it comes to humorous speech. So let's have Toastmaster Razak tell us the objectives of Toastmaster Yinka Oko's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Razak.
Thank you so much. Our diligent and ebullient Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Fumi Motosho. Yes, of course, we are in the spirit of ice breaking. And in that spirit, Toastmaster Yinka Oko is also going to shatter the ice this afternoon. And the purpose statement has not changed. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. And I'm confident that Toastmaster Yinka Oko is not going to just share about himself with us. He's going to even teach us and inspire us. Toastmaster Yinka, please take it away. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Razak Odejayi. Toastmaster Olayinka Oko is a biochemistry lecturer and research fellow with Anchor University, Lagos State. His favorite quotes, his speech is titled, "Consistently Exceeding Expectation, the Panacea to Uncommon Favor." Toastmaster Yinka, break a leg.
Thank you very kindly, my mentor, and good day, fellow Toastmasters and guests in the house. My name is Olayinka, and I'm the fourth born of a family of 7. Tonight, I want to take you on a journey through the many changes in my life, all of which have shaped my ability to consistently exceed expectation. Born in a bustling city of Lagos, but to my consternation, I was quickly relocated to a village after my 1 year in Lagos, a village in the defunct Bender State. Why? My grandparents aged, they felt they were lonely and they needed little kids to be around them. And imagine a city boy becoming a village boy, going to farm, doing things in the village that he is unused to. And there in the village, I have an uncle who is a primary school teacher, but he was frequently transferred from one school to the other. That made me to attend 4 primary schools within 6 years. Imagine that when I felt I was settled, making new friends, adjusting to new teachers, I just changed again. And that continued also in my secondary school, because after my primary school, I relocated back to Lagos State. But my dad, after a year of my staying in Lagos here for my secondary school, was transferred to Delta State. I have to move. And that same trend continued. And I found myself attending 3 different secondary schools. But with every relocation, I grew stronger and determined to exceed expectations of my parents being the first son, expectation of my siblings, expectation of my peers and society around me. And after my secondary school, I was in the university. I went to Federal University of Technology, Akure, where I studied BTech biochemistry, and there committed in the fellowship. I was a choir master and a village boy. I was also the class rep throughout my state. But despite these commitments, I still gave my best to my academics, and I came out with a very good result, a very strong second class upper from a village boy, the first graduate in the family. And I went on my NYSC in Ebonyi State. I was a CLO, and I returned to my alma mater for my first, my MSc. Unfortunately, despite after spending much here and there, because I was sponsoring myself, I have to abandon that master's just to work to gather money. After gathering some money in Lagos, I went to University of Ibadan for my MSc proper, my MSc biochemistry. And after my MSc biochemistry, I proceeded forward, changed to parasitology to continue for my PhD. But in that process, I got employment to Anchor University, Lagos. And Anchor said, no, we want to employ you as a biochemistry lecturer. You have to go back to get your PhD biochemistry. And that was how I left the investment, everything I have done after 2 years in parasitology. And I concluded my MSc biochemistry by and by, and I changed, go to Federal University of Agriculture, UNAB, that is FUNAB, for my PhD, where I specialized in neurotoxicology. Now, all these, surprisingly, I kept exceeding expectation because people never expected that I could be able to do that. First degree holder, first MSc holder, first PhD holder, and by, here I am. I found myself in a particular research group. In that research group, little role was given to me. But because of my skill in data analysis, I was able to play around with data. And whenever I make my presentations, they will always mesmerized by what I'm presenting. And that made me the lead author in what the manuscript, which eventually the article that was published from that research group. Before my MSc, like I said, I worked little in the clinical laboratory. In the clinical laboratory, there's quite some discrimination between medical lab scientists and other life scientists. So my boss was wondering, why should I employ you? Or what value can you bring to me, you being a biochemist and not a medical lab scientist? All the same, he gave me a chance. And with that chance, I proved myself. I computerized the activity there, which were initially analog, and that brought about real efficiency, improved also their accounting process, and you could see the books, which you don't see before. You see various things, the profit and loss account and all that. So in conclusion, throughout my life, I have learned that no matter how often you are uprooted or how uncertain the road ahead you seems, with the right mindset, you can always exceed expectations. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I say big thanks to TM Omotosho for introducing me, and TM Ayuarolo for also introducing me. And I'm here also for Toastmasters to make me a better person. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ikaoko. Ladies and gentlemen, please pardon me, I'm using my second device. Something happened to my first device and I'm here now. Thank God I'm here. Thank you for that beautiful speech that made us to know that you are a leader. There's a leader in you. You call yourself a village boy, but as the first to graduate in his family, but has achieved PhD in education and going further. Congratulations. Now let's listen to the third speech. And this speech is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Ife Fagbeja and Toastmaster Bukola Osaigogo is going to deliver the speech. It's an icebreaker speech on the presentation mastery pathway. I'll call on Toastmaster Ife Fagbeja to tell us the objectives of the speech that Toastmaster Bukola is going to be delivering today. Ife Fagbeja is a writer, trainer, and trainer who specializes in soft skills such as emotional intelligence, leadership, and self-discovery. She's the author of 4 books, including her recently published books, From the Living Room to the Boardroom. She's passionate about women issues and enjoys watching crime and detective stories. Toastmaster Ife, please give us the objectives of Toastmaster Bukola's speech.
Thank you so much, the delectable Toastmaster Fumi Omotosho. As always, you look beautiful today. Toastmaster Bukola Osaigogo will also be giving her icebreaker speech today, as has already been said. The essence of the speech is to introduce herself to the club and for us to see how she puts together her speech. It's the first one, so we look forward to hearing a very scintillating speech. And I urge Toastmaster Bukola Osaigogo to display no consternation as she goes ahead to deliver her speech titled Under the Mango Tree. Toastmaster Fumi Omotosho, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ife, for making it brief and beautiful. Toastmaster Bukola is a seasoned finance and accounts professional with a demonstrated working history in the manufacturing sector of the economy. She's skilled in treasury management, financial accounting, and reporting. Also taxation and personal finance. She enjoys helping and supporting people grow. She also loves cooking. And I'm looking forward to listening to this because I love mangoes. Our speech title is Under the Mango Tree. Toastmaster Bukola, take it away.
You're muted.
Sorry. Hello. Just confirming you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. I'll start with the quote that said, if you want to make dreams come true, the first thing you have to do is to wake up. And that's by J.M. Parr. And again, I want to throw this question to everyone here today. And that's who has previously made a decision under a mango tree before. I don't know if you have anyone in the house who has ever made such a decision under a mango tree. Well, good afternoon. I see someone saying, I have. Good afternoon, Merits President, fellow Toastmasters, and esteemed guests. My name is Bukola Osaigovo. Born on February 17, 1977, to the family of Mr. and Mrs. Ogunbayo, hail from Abeokuta in Ogun State. I had my higher national diploma in accountancy from Moshood Abiola Polytechnic. I'm a finance and accounting professional. And in my own small way, I enjoy supporting and helping people grow. Despite my busy schedule, I find a joy in cooking. I'm a mother of two, a boy and a girl, and I'm currently the finance controller of CAP PLC, a Dulux and Santes brand. I joined Toastmasters to improve my public speaking and also to grow as a leader. I would like to briefly share how my journey to become an accountant began years ago under a mango tree. I was a bright and brilliant, energetic secondary school girl with a dream to study accounting in the university. But then a challenge arose. Our accounting teacher left. And I was disheartened and feared that my dream might slip away. But that didn't happen. One day, something happened. On that fateful day, under the mango tree, after the normal school activities, I was under the mango tree waiting for the after school class lesson to happen. And there comes a teacher who happens to be our arts teacher. I never hate the man, but I don't like the subject, the arts, especially the drawing aspect of it. I don't like it. I can't draw. Even up till now, I struggle to draw bottle that were taught long time ago. So I saw the man and he came close to me, say hi, and I greeted him. From there, we started talking. During this discussion, he had mentioned to me that one of our teachers, who happens to be the business study teacher, is no longer in the school again. Then I asked, why? What happened? He said, well, he has written, enrolled for ICANN, written the exams and passed. Now he has moved to the banking sector. He now works in the bank. Oh, I was excited. But again, my teacher noticed my mixed feelings and he noticed that I'm troubled. He asked what was bothering me. And I told him that currently something is not right. It's not the way I wanted it to be. He asked me, he said what? And I said, we don't have any accounts teacher. Oh, and the man was like, yes, he was aware that that should not bother me. It will surely help me. And I asked him, how? He told me that he had also registered for ICANN and he was taking ICANN exam as at that time. That all I need to do is to get a particular accounting book, and from there we can kick off. He will start taking me the course. I was very, very excited hearing this. At that point, under that mango tree, I make a decision that I was going to become a chartered accountant, no matter the obstacle. With new determination, I gather more information about ICANN and I discussed my plans with my parents. The decision had set me on the path till today. And I want to remind everyone today that never let obstacle stand in your way, in the way of your goals. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bukola. Destiny can change anywhere, whether under the mango tree or top of anywhere. And thank you, because even this speech resonates with the theme of the day, overcoming fear. I told us earlier on that we have an incredible lineup of speakers today. We are going to be listening to the fourth speech now. This speech is not an icebreaker speech, but it is a speech that is on the presentation pathway, is level 1 speech 2. And this speech is going to be delivered by Toastmaster Oluwamayowa Philip. And to evaluate this speech is the Vice President of Public Relations of Merit Toastmasters Club, who is a multi-talented professional with a diverse skill set. Toastmaster Ayobami is the founder and CEO of Demo Hub and the lead coach of AM Academy. Let's put our hands together for the ebullient, the diligent, and intelligent Toastmaster Ayobami Atolagbe to tell us the objectives of Toastmaster Oluwamayowa's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Ayobami.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Funmi Omotosho, the quintessential master of ceremony. As you introduce yourself, it's really great to have you introduced me on this. And I am going to go deeper by introducing the next speaker, as he has been mentioned, but let me break it down a little bit. It's of great joy that I get to introduce the quintessential Philip Oluwamayowa. By the way, part of his surname, you can find me in the 5th and 6th syllable, if possible, Oluwamayowa. He's going to be delivering a speech in the presentation mastery pathway. Philip is currently on level 1, project 2, where he aims to further refine his communication and presentation skills. Today, he will be sharing more about, I won't let the cat out of the bag by mentioning the topic, but that will be shared more. The purpose of his project is to learn and review basic method for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Philip Oluwamayowa is ready to transform any consternation he feels into excitement and growth. And I believe he's going to do justice to that. So Take it away, Philip Oluwamayowa, as I call back the TMOD of the day, Toastmaster Fumi Omotosho. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayobami. Ladies and gentlemen, who is Toastmaster Philip Oluwamayowa? Philip Oluwamayowa is an entrepreneur and travel business manager. He's a member of Surulere Toastmasters Club, and his hobbies include engaging in healthy banter, therapy, cleaning, dedicating time to deep, focused work, and studying. His favorite quotes is from the Apollo Creed in Rocky III, "There is no tomorrow." The speech title of Toastmaster Oluwamayowa is "Restoring Hope and Building the Future Together." It's a 5 to 7 minute speech on the presentation mastery pathway. Toastmaster Oluwamayowa Philip, congratulations ahead.
We can't hear you, Mayowa. Though your mic is unmuted.
Confirm you can hear me now.
A little low.
A little low.
So sorry about that. Is it better now?
We're good to go.
All right. Thank you very much, Toastmaster today. Good day, everyone. I want to talk to us about something that is weighing heavy in the hearts of many people in this nation. I call it the loss of hope. You see, whether it is the constant hardship, the lack of opportunities, or just the frustration from promises remaining unfulfilled, it is very clear that there is great consternation and loss of hope in the hearts of many people in this nation. And we see it everywhere. People are convinced the system is broken. And it makes sense because you wake up and nothing seems to change. The prices of food keeps going up, jobs are scarce, and the dreams we once had of a better future keeps getting farther and farther away. It is easy for many people to be stuck in all of this. And for so many Nigerians, they can't seem to see the band A at the end of the tunnel. But I'm here to tell us, hope isn't lost. And I must acknowledge times are tough. And indeed, times have always been tough. But it's in moments like this that we get the opportunity to be tested. It is in these seasons of hardship that we are called to dig deeper, to be gritty, to find collective strength where we didn't know we had it, and look for ways to move forward. Because while the road may be long, the only way we truly fail is if we give up. And this is where you and I, the youths, come in. At a time where the older generation is beginning to get tired and weary, it is up to us to come with fresh energy and vision, to look away from the fables and the stories and even the propagandas that we've been sold that has caged us and hindered us from moving forward as a nation. It is up to us to step up and lead by example, to ignite the spark of hope in the hearts of everyone, showing that no matter how hard things get, we will not be broken. Rather, we'll push forward, we will rebuild, and we will create a Nigeria that is suitable for every one of us. And for those of us in the diaspora, I understand how easy it is for us to feel disconnected. I mean, you are building your life for yourself out there in the abroad. You are creating success. And a lot of the things that happen here in Nigeria might feel far away. but I'm here to remind you to remember home, that Nigeria needs you. Your nation needs you to look back and remember where you came from, to understand that while you are creating a life of opportunities for yourself out there, there is a place called home that needs rebuilding. I mean, you have the skills, you have the experience, you have the expertise, and you have the resources that can be helpful to make a real difference. You need to understand that you are also part of this story. We all need to remember that the hope of this nation's future lies in those of us that are present here pushing forward, and those of you that are over there looking back and thinking of ways to contribute. Whether it is in investing in the economy, mentoring the young people, sharing your knowledge, or holding the leaders accountable, your role is also crucial in the rebuilding of this country. But it's not enough for us to just be involved as youth. It is also important that we come with the right values and mindset to the table. Because I am of the belief and I uphold the understanding that righteousness exalts a nation. And if you look at every nation that is thriving today, you will see that they are built on the foundation of higher moral standard and justice. When people begin to make decisions with integrity, when people begin to act with integrity, when people begin to make decisions based on what is right and not just what is easy or convenient, that is when real progress begins to happen. And I really want to remind us once again that hope is not just something we wait for. Hope is something we create. And in this moment, I am reminded of the words of Nelson Mandela, late Nelson Mandela, who says, "It is in your hands, or rather, it is in our hands to create a better world for all who live in it." So I want to challenge each and every one of us today to be the generation that doesn't give up, to be the generation that is really concerned about the growth of this nation, to be the generation that is involved, to be the generation that looks within, that strives to develop themselves, to be the nation that strives to lead by example, to be the generation that looks at hardship in the eyes and say, we will overcome, to be the people who will again look away from every fable, every story and propaganda and come together, all tribe, all people, and come together to build a nation that is accommodating for all, to build a nation whose future is bright, to build a Nigeria that is filled with opportunities, to build a new Nigeria, to build a Nigeria that is of our dreams. Thank you. Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Oluwamayowa Philip, for that call to action. Let's build the Nigeria that we'll be proud of later in the future. I told us that this month is the Breast Cancer Month awareness, the Pinky Month, and I promised to tell us what this week signifies. This week is Customer Service Week. Whether you are in the public sector or the private sector, it's time to do good customer service. Time to wow your customers and treat them well so that they'll be loyal, they'll be dedicated to you and to your business. After today's meeting, I would consider or see it as a great consternation if we live here and become rude or become fearful to our customers. I'm going to be telling us what today signifies later today. As we call on the games, on the timekeeper, please, let us have the timing reports. Let's have the timing reports for the speakers.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster of the Day, and hello, everyone. Well done to all our manual speakers today. I noticed that there was zero consternation in how they handled their speeches and ended up. For our first speaker, Toastmaster Shankar, he spoke for 5 minutes, 42 seconds, which was within the allotted time of 6 minutes. For Toastmaster Yinka, he also spoke for 5 minutes, 48 seconds, which was within the allotted time for his icebreaker speech. And for Toastmaster Bukola who made a decision under the mango tree. She also spoke within time for 5 minutes, 45 seconds. And our final speaker, the inspiring Toastmaster Mayua, whose speech was slated for 7 minutes, spoke for 5 minutes, 42 seconds. All our speakers spoke within time. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ese, our accurate timekeeper, for keeping the time accurately. Well done. Now I would like the Zoom master to please launch the polls for us to vote for our preferred speaker. In your own opinion and consideration, who is the best speaker? Let's vote. We have 40 seconds more for the voting session. Thank you. The time is up. The polls can end now. I must congratulate all the speakers, especially the icebreakers for breaking the ice today, and for Toastmaster Mayowa for also progressing on the presentation mastery. Congratulations, everyone. It's time to have some game. I don't think we can accommodate 10 minutes for the game. Maybe just 5 minutes. Toastmaster Budameda, are you available?
Definitely not.
I didn't get that.
Definitely not. This is already close to 5:30. Definitely not.
Okay, Toastmaster Budameda is not available. It's almost 5:30 and we need to go. So, if we must know, today is World Homeless Day. So it will be considered a great consternation if after today's meeting, we don't help the homeless, the needy, the hungry. So let's do something beautiful. Right now, I'd like to come on the evaluation team, ably led by the ebullient and intelligent and prudent Toastmaster, the general. Okay, today is also World Mental Health Day. Wow, fantastic. Too beautiful. Somebody put on the chat room. Today's World Mental Health Day. Thank you. Today is a very unique day indeed. 10-10. So let's call on Toastmaster Orakwe to please lead the evaluation team for us to have feedback, which is the breakfast of champions. Toastmaster Orakwe, over to you.
Thank you very much, the Toastmaster of the day, for serving us the breakfast. So let's have a feast. All right, this is the evaluation segment. And to kick off the evaluation, we are going to have the speech evaluators who come up to the lectern to evaluate the speakers, starting with the very first speaker, who was evaluated by none other than Toastmaster Craig Sohode. The lectern is yours.
Thank you very kindly, the general evaluator. The purpose of the icebreaker speech was for him to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. I learned a little about him when he told the story about how he failed as an entrepreneur. Besides, I observed that the speaker, Toastmaster Shankar, excelled in the use of vulnerability, especially when he said, I am a successfully failed entrepreneur. Why? Vulnerability is the birthplace of authenticity. He sounded authentic when he described himself as a successfully failed entrepreneur, and I want to commend him for that. Secondly, he excelled in the use of what is known as commonality in public speaking. Proof of this was when he said that he wanted to be the Aliko Dangote of India. I am familiar with that name, Aliko Dangote, and when he said that, he connected instantly with me as a listener. And what can we all learn from that? Commonality connects, commonality connects, commonality connects. In terms of recommendation, I believe that other paraphernalia of speaking would improve the more you continue to speak. Nevertheless, may I recommend to you that you try to vary your home base. You kept your hand throughout like this, close to your chest. I expect you to put in more variation. For instance, sometimes you can put your hand beside you and gesture with only your right hand. Sometimes gesture with only your left hand. Sometimes gesture with your two hands, and you create variety that way when you gesture. That's my recommendation for you. Your pacing was excellent. You were not too fast. You were not too slow, especially when you said success teaches you always to celebrate. The best part of your speaking, to the best of my perspicacity, is the eloquence of your literary language. For instance, I heard you use these expressions: reset, refocus, restart, and even failing forward. It's called alliteration in English. And why do we use alliteration? It helps us to make our words memorable. To summarize, you excelled in the use of vulnerability as well as commonality. My recommendation, try as best you can to vary the home base of your gestures. Your pacing was excellent, and the best part of your speaking was the remarkable eloquence of your literary language. And I believe that someday you will indeed become Toastmaster Shankar, the Aliko Dangote of India. And it's back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you very much. English doctor. Oh.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's all right. It's understandable. Now let's move on to the next evaluator who evaluated the second speaker, Toastmaster Olayinka Oko, and none other than Toastmaster Razak Odejai. Let's hear from you, Razak.
Thank you very kindly. Our general evaluator, Toastmaster Nwabiorakwe. Like I enunciated earlier, the purpose of this icebreaker speech is for the member to introduce himself and follow through the basic structure of a public speech. And to the best of my recollection, I think Toastmaster Inka Oko excelled in that regard, because I was able to learn quite a lot of things about him. For example, he told us that he is the first graduate in his family. I also learned that he attended 3 different secondary schools. What's more, he also attended the University of Technology for his first degree. I also learned that he was the choir master in his church. Just to mention a few things that he shared, that is to tell you that when it comes to the purpose of that speech, he excelled. I also like a little sprinkle of humor in that speech, where he said the city boy becoming the village boy, or the other way around. That was very good, because when you use humor, it makes your audience relax and you bring them back. In terms of recommendation, I thought that that speech was a bit, the pace of that speech was a bit fast. In my opinion, you may want to slow down a bit or even pause sometimes. Like Martin Topper said, well-timed silence has more eloquence than speech. So while you are speaking, you want to pause sometimes, reduce the pace of your speech so that it can become more engaging. My second recommendation is that I felt that you were constantly clasping your hands like this. You need, each time you the gestures, your hand gestures, you immediately bring them back together like this. That sometimes can be interpreted as being nervous. So you want to watch that. But what stood out the most for me was the punch at the end of the speech, where you called us to action. You made a statement that was very profound by saying, no matter how uncertain the road before you is, you can always exceed expectations. I think that is very, very credible, because Michael Hyatt said, speech is power. Speech is to persuade, to convert, and to compel. Congratulations, Toastmaster Oko. In terms of, to summarize, I commended you for speaking to the point by giving us a lot of information about yourself. I also commended you for a little bit of humor. I recommended that you may want to manage the pace of your speech and avoid clasping of hands. Overall, that was a very purposeful speech, and you delivered to the point. Well done, and I believe you will do better next time. Back to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Razak, for that succinct evaluation once again for Toastmaster Olayinka Oku. Now we bring on the third evaluator of the third speaker. That is Toastmaster Bukola Osaigbogbo, none other than Toastmaster Ife Fabeja. Toastmaster Ife, are you still here with us?
Right here, Toastmaster. Well, right here. Thank you.
Yeah, please carry on.
Thank you. Toastmaster Bukola, give yourself a round of applause. For an icebreaker speech, you did very well. First of all, the title of your speech was very interesting. Under the mango tree, it made me wonder, what is she going to say? So for picking up, and a title is the first way to draw people into your speech, because it keeps them wondering, what is she going to say? And you did just that with the title of your speech. You started with a question, which was a very good way of drawing the audience in. You asked us, has anyone ever made a decision under a mango tree? You did two things by doing that. First of all, you drew the audience you engaged your audience in your speech. And secondly, you helped us to understand that the theme of your speech was about making a decision under a mango tree. So we understood the direction that your speech was going into. Thirdly, you seemed very confident. There was no consternation at all in your demeanor in giving your speech. My recommendations would be, first of all, about your lighting. The ray of light from your background was very bright. Perhaps your blinds were not closed, I cannot tell, but the light was shining in very brightly, and it made your face fade into the background, so we couldn't see you very clearly. Secondly, we took a bit of time in getting to the main body of the speech. Even though you used that time to introduce yourself, tell us some of the facts, but I think it would have been more interesting if you just dove right into the speech, because you had already asked us a question and we were waiting for you to tell us what it was. You had already engaged us, and then you went back to the beginning by saying, oh, this is my name, this is where I came from, and all that. Lastly, you kept looking away from the screen and you were sitting down. Now I understand that in virtual meetings, it can be hard to find a position, especially depending on your device, to take. But usually, especially for an icebreaker speech, being your first speech in this forum, it would have been nice to see you standing, as we would have got a larger feel of your body language. Overall, it was a very interesting speech. It was very engaging, and we got to know you, which was the purpose of the speech. We got to know when your date of birth, we got to know your maiden name, we got to know the school you went to, the course you studied. So we got to know quite a bit of you in the course of the speech. So to summarize, you excelled in choosing a speech title. You started with the question and engaged us, and you were very confident. Areas of recommendation: fix your lighting for subsequent speeches and stand so that we can see more of your body language. Overall, you did well, and I know that you will do better in subsequent speeches. Over to you, the general evaluator. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Toastmaster Fagbeja. Don't worry, I'll get that pronunciation correctly as time goes on. I'm trying. Why not?
Yes, you are. You are, definitely.
Thank you. All right. Let's bring on now the last, but by no means the least, evaluator for this evening's speakathon, in the person of the Toastmaster Bayomi Tolagbe, who evaluated Toastmaster Mayowa Felix. Let's hear from you, Toastmaster Bayomi, please.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. It's Ayobami. I have a dream, Martin Luther King. And I will say that Phillips, every speech begins with a dream to inspire and connect. And today, you just shared your dream with us. From your topic, restoring hope and building the future together, I will say you did justice to it in your level 1 project 2, which the purpose of this project is to learn and review basic method for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Your topic again, restoring hope and building the future together. I would say your speech is well structured, one that showed the problem being faced in the nation, and you built it up into a continent, the potentials in the nation that people can see what they carry and what they can do, either them being at home or in the diaspora. And I love your call to action, but I will get to that in a bit. I love your pacing and the way you made it feel. Definitely, that is one I would say is my personal experience. If I should carry out a poll right now, possibly I'm going to be seeing 30 to 50% saying they want to jackpot. That's what we call the jackpot syndrome. The doubtness in the, let me say, Nigerians wanting to leave the nation due to fuel scarcity, due to the food issue, due to security and the likes. But you put it in such a way where your voice projection shows the pain, shows the fear, shows the encouragement and the flow. You let us to see that. So I'll give you kudos to that. Your vocal variation helped me personally, and I believe did that to others as well. And connecting with the audience, I would say your body posture, your gesticulation, when you mention righteousness exalts a nation, you literally rose up your hand, which is a great one when it comes to the body language. And you said one thing which was profound, the title of your speech. Hope is not something we wait for. It is something we create. And your gesticulation in that as well, outstanding. One thing I would just say, which I would recommend that you should look out for, is being able to carry the stage. Yes, you're in front of the laptop and you have a mic in front of you, but it will be safe if we can feel more energy. In the word I learned from a mentor, it says you need to push your truth, force, feeling, and life. So I believe you can do that more. General evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ayobami. Right?
Correct.
No,
Thank you very much.
because it's very easy mixed up Abayomi with Ayobami. Yeah, but I'm sure they all mean two different things. Once the letters are toggled. Well then, this is the time to ask our timer to let us into how we did with the evaluators in terms of timing.
Thank you, our general evaluator. For the evaluations timing, Toastmaster Craig evaluating Toastmaster Shankar used 2 minutes, 55 seconds, which was within the 3 minutes allotted. Toastmaster Razak evaluating Toastmaster Yinka used 3 minutes, 36 seconds, which was 6 minutes over the extra 30 seconds grace period for evaluations. Toastmaster Efe evaluating Toastmaster Bukola used 2 minutes, 28 seconds, which was within the 3 minutes allotted for evaluations. And our final evaluator, Toastmaster Ayobami, evaluating Toastmaster Mayowa, used 3 minutes, 22 seconds, which was within the allotted time grace period for evaluations. Thank you. And it's back to you, our general evaluator.
Thank you very much, able timer, for your well-timed delivery. That means we already have some disqualifications.
Yes,
All
only
right, so
Toastmaster Razak.
all right, then that means we have just 3 people to vote for the best evaluator. So, Zoom Master, can we have the polls and take that very quickly? There we go. While we're at that, I'll enjoin the role players to please be ready for your feedback. I want to believe that we should all have been done with the polls. So let's bring on the functionaries of our meeting discipline, starting with our counter, Toastmaster Ihoma Achara. Toastmaster Ihoma Achara, are you still with us? Okay, while we're waiting for her, perhaps we can bring onto the stage the language evaluator, Toastmaster Ekuchi James. We'll come back to you, Toastmaster Ihoma, if you're not immediately available. Toastmaster Ekuchi James, please.
Thank you very much. The quintessential general evaluator. There's been a lot that has happened in today's meeting, but for the sake of time, I don't want to be disqualified as well. I'll just do a quick summary of how we've done, of how we've fared today as regards grammar. I'll start with the use of the word of the day. I was slightly consternated at the beginning, thinking that the word would be used as much or as properly, but thank you for bringing my consternation to 0. Toastmaster Ese used the word twice. I'll use the word 3 times and 1 time in a variation just now, consternated. It's me, I have the power to do whatever I want. Toastmaster of the day used the word twice. Toastmaster Craig used the word twice. Toastmaster Oko used the word once. Toastmaster Ife used the word once. And Toastmaster Mayowa used the word once. Well done. As regards proper and improper use of grammar, it's listen and not listing. The S is silent there. Proceeded forward. Someone said proceeded forward. It'd rather be I went forward or I proceeded. Yes, of course, would rather be yes, we are. Yes, of course we are would rather be yes, we are, or of course we are. It's not necessary to use both. When you say prices of food keep going up and the price keeps. So that's how it goes. You can't say prices of food keeps going up. Interesting words that stood out for me. Enunciated, break a leg was a good expression. Ebullient, quintessential, gritty. In terms of figures of speech, as Professor Craig said, commonality connects. Commonality connects. That's a great use of alliteration. Someone also said, ignites the spark of hope. That's great use of personification as well. All in all, we did so well. A certain speaker, though, confused me with her story. She was speaking about something that happened in the past, but was using a lot of present tense. Just to let us know that when you're giving a speech or when you're speaking, it's advised to be consistent in your tenses. Please, if you're not speaking, can you mute? It's advised to be consistent with your tense. If you're speaking about something that's happened in the past, using words like it happened, I said, and not says and said, and then you go back to present, it just confuses your audience a little bit. So there's something to take note of. All in all, we've been great. I have zero consternation about how we're going to speak as Toastmasters this week, go into the world and be great. And it's back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, our language evaluator. And to my utter consternation, it appears that I didn't even remember to also use the word of the day. It's never too late, is it? Thank you. All right, now let's bring on our counter at this point in time, hoping that she is with us at this point in time. Where is Toastmaster Ihoma? Are you here now? Toastmaster Ihoma, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. So since you're back and you didn't leave us in that consternation, please carry on.
I'm sorry about the mix-up. It's network-related issues. It appeared that most of the speakers did not have any consternation where it had to do with using those filler words and sounds. Just two people, but they were in the icebreaker category, so it's understandable. I had TM Olayinka. He had 7 ums, 3 airs, and 4 you knows. And TM Shankar had 4 you knows and 2 airs. I'd like to give a quote here. In the words of William Strunk Jr., an American professor of English, a sentence should contain no unnecessary words. A paragraph, no unnecessary sentences, for the same reason that a drawing should have no unnecessary lines and a machine no unnecessary parts. So this goes ahead to emphasize conciseness in writing, advocating that every word and sentence serve a purpose. For those of us who have a gritty commitment to reducing our reliance on filler words and avoiding the consternation they can cause, I have a few tips. One of them is to use short, clear sentences. When you simplify your speech, you're less likely to use filler words, reducing any consternation caused by navigating complex ideas. And if you practice mindful speaking, which involves recording yourself when speaking and listening for fillers, so we get to recognize when consternation creeps in as to rely on fillers, and we can consciously avoid them in future speeches. And the last one I want to offer is pausing for effect. Instead of using filler words like or, pause briefly. It gives you time to think and avoids the consternation that can arise from stumbling through your words, making your speech sound more deliberate and confident. I hope this will be useful to some of us. Thank you. The General
Thank you very
Evaluator.
much. Thank you very much, Toastmaster, from a brilliant presentation for us for the counter. That's quite a bit for us to take home today. Thank you very much. Now let's bring on, without further ado, the quiz master, the test and listening ability. Toastmaster Bumi Adefolu.
Thank you very much, our General Evaluator. Today's speech was without any constellation. I must comment that we had a very robust time, and I'm going to put forward quizzes and also questions, and we're also going to complete some sentences. Today being 10th month, the 10th day, is a special day. So what does today mark? Can we say it marks two special days?
World Homeless Day and World Mental
World
Health.
Mental Day.
Fantastic. A round of applause there. Wow. Now, the second speaker says, while he was talking, Yinka was first born of how many in that family? You can tell us. Yinka was the first child of a particular family, particular number of the family. Okay, I will help out of 7. He also mentioned to us his early life movements. He mentioned 3 particular states as a village boy. Can we remember those 3 villages, those 3 states that he moved to?
Lagos, Benue, and Delta.
Fantastic. And the second speaker said something. Can we complete this statement? He said, with the right mindset, can we complete it? With the right mindset. He says we can always complete expectations. Okay, another one. If you want to make a dream come true, can somebody complete it for us? If you want to make
You have to
a dream
wake up.
comes true,
You have to wait.
yes, first is to wait. That's right. Fantastic. Then another one, under the mango tree, we have, there was a particular subject, hello? There was a subject teacher. Who can tell us that subject teacher? Okay, it's art teacher.
Art teacher. Art.
Yes, we done fantastically well. I never let obstacles stand in the way of your goal. So who is my winner today? Because I have promised that we're going to have a gift. It seems I don't have any. Well, thank you very much, General Evaluator. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, back to the natural letter.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our quiz evaluator. Now it's my turn to render my own general evaluation of the meeting this evening. Kudos, Merry Toastmasters. This is always something that you're known for, and you never let us down, coming up with meetings that deliver quality and deliver content, deliver value. Yes, without a doubt, the meeting started on time. very much on time. And of course, the Sergeant at Arms took up the lectern and did her bit and was able to seamlessly hand over to the President, who shared with us a brief remark concerning the theme of the day. And thereafter, went on to the Toastmaster of the day, who took up the mantle of the responsibility and did a great job that is very much expected of her. Toastmaster Omotosho, well done. Well done. And there's no doubt also the speakers we had this evening were all spot on, from Toastmaster Shankar to Toastmaster Yinka to Toastmaster Bukola and Oluwamayowa. This is really a speaker to remember. And of course, our evaluators were also spot on. And this is clear proof that Merit Toastmasters is truly a club of evaluation champions. It is clear that the value that everybody gets from speaking through the evaluation was thoroughly delivered, because the structure of your evaluation brought out what is expected from every Toastmaster evaluation speech, giving the commendation, the recommendation, and of course, the commendation. And in addition to that, summarizing the main points of your evaluation. And that is always the takeaway, something memorable, something to take away by the speaker at the end of the day. I want to commend most especially that I like this sensitivity to time, sensitivity and respect for people's time. And that is why one or two things on the agenda could not be taken. And also the fact that the theme for the day was overcoming fear. And indeed, you chose today to have an icebreaker ring, which indeed tallied very much with the theme of the day, which is overcoming fear. The icebreaker speech, as we all know, is the very first step for every Toastmaster to overcome and shatter that ice of fear. Attendance was very fantastic, and at a point we had 25 people in attendance, and we're ending at this point in time with 22. That's really commendable. Merit Toastmasters. And of course, the polls also show that you understand what you're doing, and everything went very fluidly. All right. I'd like to draw our attention to one or two things I noticed in the course of the meeting, which nothing too extraordinary, nothing to create any consternation, but I noticed that the first evaluator had some challenges with his network, which is something that we should really pay attention to, so that the value of every speech can never be lost. Also, this has also been highlighted. The second speaker, or rather the third speaker, had a challenge with backlight, and that is also not very good for online meetings. So next time, please keep the backlight away. And also, in terms of the text for the profile, I noticed that the one for Toastmaster Shankar, there was an error. That is also understandable. All in all, Merit Toastmasters Club, it's always a delight to be part of what you're doing. And let me leave us with the hope that was shared with us by the young at heart, and the young and the future, our future, represented by Oluwamayowa Philip, says, decide based on what is right and not what is convenient. Thank you also, Toastmaster Bukola, yes, under the mango tree. That is a very memorable topic.
It's 6 o'clock.
With that said, you can already hear that it's already 6 o'clock. So this is the time for me to hand over completely to the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Omotosho.
Thank you very much. The evaluation team, led by Toastmaster Nwabiorakwe, for the sagacity of your evaluation. For those of us who were here at the beginning, I told a story, and in 2 sentences, I'm going to complete that story. Nobody could enter the king's palace because of the snake. All the chiefs could not come, could not attempt it, except a poor artist in the town who said, no, let me go for the snake. As he touched it, he realized that there was nothing there. It was only a mirage. And under the mirage was a pot of money, and the king gave him that pot of money. So what am I telling you? Confront your fears so that you will overcome it. It was Joyce Meyer, the motivational speaker and best-selling author, that said, do it afraid. So let me just call on the Trophy Master now to give us the results as we round off today. Trophy Master? Please, let's have the results of the polls.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Yes, we are now at that point where we celebrate excellence. Some of our members who have displayed exceptional prowess in their delivery today, starting with there are 2 categories, the prepared speeches and the evaluators. So for the best prepared speaker, then the award goes to, drum rolls, please. The award goes to Toastmaster Oluwamayowa Fuli. Congratulations. Congratulations to Toastmaster Philip. And for the other category, the evaluation segment. The evaluation polls, we have a winner. And the winner of the evaluation speeches is none other than Toastmaster Craig Exowode. Congratulations. So Toastmaster of the day, if there are no more comments, because our time is fast spent, I'd like to appreciate you for doing the wonderful work, for taking us through this journey and delivering us at a very beautiful point. Thank you very kindly. It's indeed a speaker-thon. I think I can agree and I can admit with the general evaluator when he said that this was indeed a speaker-thon, because we learned a lot. I personally learned a lot because those were very beautiful speeches. So thank you all, everyone, for your contribution, for being part of this meeting. As we bring this meeting to a close now, please remember that the greatest victory isn't just in the absence of fear, right? But in the courage to act despite it. Each of you are members who have stepped forward today to share your story, for being so vulnerable. You are all winners. Not just because you spoke, but because you dare to confront your fears and dare to be vulnerable. Please carry this courage with you beyond this room and know that Toastmasters is your safe place to grow, to work together with like minds, to learn and to overcome. May I invite a member of Mary Toastmasters to kindly move the motion for this meeting to be adjourned.
I, Toastmaster SA, move the motion for the meeting to be adjourned.
Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster SA. May I have particularly a member of Mary Toastmasters to please second that motion.
I, Toastmaster Funola Ifebogun, second the motion.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very kindly. If you are in support of that motion for adjournment, please say aye.
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 If you are against the motion, please say nay. Of course, no nay.
Aye.
So the ayes have it. This meeting is now adjourned to the 24th of October, 2024. That meeting is going to be a physical or more or less an hybrid meeting. We are going to be having it at the Ministry of Information, at the Secretariat, Alausa, Lagos. So I will enjoin you all to please keep the dates and join. It's going to be a demonstration meeting, and it's going to be a typical Toastmasters meeting because we are going to have table topics, the prepared speeches, and of course the evaluation. So it's going to be fully packed, and it promises to be an impactful session. So I look forward to experiencing all of you at that meeting as well. I want to thank our general evaluator, Toastmaster Nwabi Orakwe, coming all the way from in Abuja to come and moderate the evaluation segment of this meeting. Thank you, Toastmaster Hioma Okara, for coming to our aid. I think that was sudden and you were able to come through. Thank you so much. Toastmaster SA, I really appreciate you. All your messages in the chat box, they were all impactful. They were encouraging. Thank you so much. And everyone, all the speakers, congratulations. Toastmaster Shankar, Toastmaster Bukola, congratulations. You shattered the highs. And I can't wait to even see you grow and even become more impactful speakers and leaders. Congratulations. I will leave you with a thought that it is worth every effort to become a Toastmaster. And once you do, please make the best of being a Toastmaster. And as we bring this meeting to a close, please continue to stay blissful and beautiful. Thank you, everyone. I would like us to meet our guests. If you're a guest on this call, I already made friends with some, but if you're a guest on this call and you would like to, we would like to meet with you, please. I have a participant here with the name Fash. I have another participant with the name Titilayo. You know, that name sounds familiar. So Biloba Olushesi, please can you unmute? And let's meet with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening, sirs. Good evening.
How are you?
Toastmasters. Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being part of today's meeting. What's your impression of our meeting today?
Wow, this is not my first time. I've always been a window member. I know someday soon I'll be a grand member.
Stop being on the window. You need
Very
to come inside and become a
I'm surely on my way here.
All right. The door is wide open for you. Please. come in
Thank you very
and
much.
take a seat. We would be,
Thank you very
our
much.
arms are open.
Thank you.
We would like to have you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
May I have your phone number so that we can keep in touch?
080.
Okay.
239.
239.
64.
64.
155.
155. Thank you so
Yes,
much
sir.
for calling Toastmasters to the Loba.
Thank you, sir.
We will get in touch.
Thanks.
Who else do we have here?
Okay. Good evening, sir. Good evening, all.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. My name is Olufola Fashion.
Olufola Fashion. Yes, I think that name also sounds familiar. You've been here before, sir.
Yes, it's my second time here.
Great, great.
This is my second time.
I hope you enjoyed the meeting.
Yes.
All right, all right. So when are you becoming a member?
Yes, I did. Yes. And I look forward to, you said the next meeting will be on the 20th of October or so.
24th.
So,
24th. Fortnight today, 24th.
Okay, sorry.
Oh.
Yes. I'll get the details and then we will sort it out that day.
Okay. I might have missed your contact. Please give me a link so that I can send the invite to you. Please
Okay,
give me
sir.
your number again.
081
081
59
59. Go on.
59 again.
Okay, 59
11
11
11
11 again.
and then 11 59 59 11 11.
Oh wow, very unique. The
11
number is as unique
one
as
in
well.
4 places. Yes.
Thank you. I'll get in touch and I'll look forward to having you at the next meeting at Alausa. Please keep in mind that the meeting is 1 to 3 p.m. 1 to 3 p.m. as against
sir.
4 to 6 p.m. that we normally do.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for calling. Mayor from the 6, there is a participant with that name.